I don't know what you want. If you're looking for ransom, I can tell you I don't have money.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the dramatic movie moments that have been most subverted by their viral memes.
One does not simply live through a movie.
Number 10, a solemn confirmation, Oppenheimer. This stirring and alarming war epic ends on a disturbing note. Instead of absolution, Chris Nolan gives Oppie a glimpse at the chilling future he's helped create.
Now it's your turn to deal with the consequences of your achievement.
Thus, the film's final beat is one of condemnation. He's forced to finally acknowledge his complicity, with literally the biggest stakes possible. But of course, such a heavy atmosphere made for prime meme material. Cillian Murphy's devastated look quickly became online royalty, along with several other shots of the actor.
If we did it, they would have to do it. Our efforts would only fuel their efforts, just as it had with the atomic bomb.
Things hit another level, though, once users started imagining much more cheerful versions of history. These gags took the movie's gravitas and mixed in some good old ironic detachment. You know, to take the edge off. We just hope Cillian isn't too disappointed.
Is anyone ever going to tell the truth about what's happening here?
Number 9, Weeping with Dani, Midsommar. Ari Aster's horror masterpiece is a roller coaster, to put it mildly. This could not be more true than for its protagonist, Dani.
What's that? That's not for us. I think you should not.
We watch as her mounting anxieties lead her into the arms of the Horga. The film carefully shows us how dogma is designed as comfort for those who simply need a friend, regardless of its true intentions. That process reaches a fever pitch when Dani breaks down, screaming with a group of Horgan women. And we are treated to the now iconic image of their collective vent sesh. It's a surreal moment, and understandably amusing out of context. As such, it grew as a favorite for users to convey explosive catharsis. Alongside other emotive clips from the movie, Florence Pugh really just became everyone's mood avatar. Number 8, Anakin storms the Jedi Temple, Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. The Star Wars prequel trilogy is perhaps the holy grail of classic memes. It feels like every character has at least a handful of inside jokes among fans, and Hayden Christensen's Anakin might just be their patron saint.
Master Skywalker, there are too many of them. What are we going to do?
That fact, however, sits squarely opposite how tragic and sinister his story becomes. This concoction of drama and farce is at its most guiltily funny with the Order 66 sequence. Even its most harrowing bit, when the newly crowned Darth Vader encounters a group of younglings, isn't safe from the meme machine.
You fool!
Over the years, users have consistently found ways to get a chuckle out of it, despite the tonal contrast. We are not banking on Obi-Wan seeing the appeal, though.
This is where the fun begins.
Number 7, Cooper watches messages from Earth, Interstellar. In one of the film's many incredible stretches, protagonist Cooper is hit with back-to-back haymakers.
We've got years of messages stored.
Cooper.
After escaping from a planet of literal tidal waves, he's then met with an emotional one. Due to time dilation, he has to witness his family age decades between meager video messages. It's devastating to watch. But that does not stop it from being perfect as a reaction template.
Oh. I met another girl, Dad. I really think this is the one.
Users leapt at the chance to splice in their own context for Cooper's vividly expressive display. For some, the scene was reduced to just Matthew McConaughey crying.
So Grandpa died last week. We buried him out in the back 40 next to Mom and Jesse. Which is where we would have buried you if you'd ever come back. Orph was there at the funeral, and we don't see her that much, but she came for that.
Luckily, Christopher Nolan's work is no stranger to being memed, and is often too good to be kept down. Number 6, Nicole and Charlies' argument, Marriage Story. Thanks to captivating performances from its two leads, Noah Baumbach's divorce drama was a significant success, deftly walking the line between melodrama and raw sincerity. In its most ferocious segment, we watch as the pair's communication totally collapses. They trade searing, resentful barbs as Scarlett Johansson and Adam Driver pour their hearts out.
You're being so much like your father.
Do not compare me to my father.
Naturally, though, that amount of vulnerability would not stay serious for long on the internet. The scene saw an avalanche of custom captions and clever edits. Some have even dubbed it their heir apparent to the classic format from American Shopper.
I don't get it. It's like, listen, wait a second. Wait a minute. You come in at 7:45, break time, you leave, you don't come back and for an hour later, then you leave here at 3:30 in the afternoon. I don't understand.
And Driver's half of the tussle in particular has made its mark. Who knew this type of accomplished drama could be such a treasure trove for memes?
You used me so you could get out of LA. I didn't use you. You did, and then you blamed me for it.
Number 5. Kay meets Dr Anast, Blade Runner 2049. Denis Villeneuve's seminal sci-fi ballad is a stunning exploration of identity and purpose. Ryan Gosling's Kay is forced to take a sobering journey through his distorted past. A crucial reveal comes in Dr. Staline's lab, where Kay fosters an inkling that he's a messianic figure. It's a slow, haunting scene that culminates in a startling outburst.
Someone lived this, yes. This happened.
But the philosophical weight of his story would be muddled by its online legacy. An influx of edgy fan cams and moody profile pics turned Kay into a shallow stand-in for toxic stoicism and rage.
I know it's
While there are certainly many that are self-aware, some just miss the point. The character actually reconciles with his isolation, rejects narcissism, and becomes more human for it. 'Cause after all, even Kay is enough.
Thank you. Thank you, Barbie. Thank you.
Number 4. Dinner with Calvin Candy, Django Unchained. Leonardo DiCaprio has a really well-known face, and it's not just because of the movies themselves. He has a surprisingly large portfolio of memes and reaction GIFs. The least expected of them, though, is the still image of a laugh by the horrible Calvin Candy.
See, you two getting on. Famously.
As Django and Dr. Schultz enact their plan to rescue Broomhilda, the pair finds themselves playing nice at supper. During a tension-filled sequence that runs for over 20 minutes, we're treated to amazing performances and rich detail.
In that case, allow me to propose another proposition.
Tucked inside of it is the split-second frame that would take the internet by storm. Turning a character of such outright evil into a glorified smug emoji felt weird, though. Fortunately, viewers of the film know what fate ultimately befalls the so-called Candyland. Number 3. Hitler's Meltdown, Downfall. A major turn in this World War II drama comes when Adolf Hitler discovers that a critical attack never actually took place.
Ich habe mich klar genug ausgedrückt!
With the war basically lost, the reprehensible dictator lashes out in a petulant episode. What follows, for years after release, can only be described as a meme sensation.
Es bleiben im Raum Keitel, Jodel, Krebs und Butter.
Seemingly every niche possible, no matter how trivial, saw a version of the clip with custom-fitted subtitles. Through these, the film found a new, irreverent claim to fame. Suddenly, the figure of despicable evil was just yapping into the void.
Angriff Steiner ist nicht erfolgt.
Over the years, major outlets have covered the trend, with the director himself expressing his approval. Number 2. Brian Mills takes a phone call, Taken. Liam Neeson's action hero renaissance can be traced back to his time as Brian Mills. With the latter's very particular set of skills, both became pop culture mainstays. And this iconic monologue did a lot of the heavy lifting.
I don't know who you are. I don't know what you want. If you are looking for ransom, I can tell you I don't have money, but what I do have are a very particular set of skills. Skills I've acquired over a very long career. Skills that make me a nightmare for people like you.
What began as a chilling threat, however, has since become more of a punchline. It permeated nearly every level of mainstream entertainment. That's a telling sign that a meme is reaching oversaturation. Even Neeson himself began to play into the caricature that his persona became.
I won't be followed.
No, that's not in our budget here.
One could argue that the franchise didn't have much prestige to begin with, but it does not help that Brian's later rescue missions would fail to make the same impact.
By now, I'm sure you know who I am. You know what I'm capable of.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Boromir Warns the Council, The Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring. This legendary trilogy's opening chapter remains a masterclass in setting the stakes. And we'd be hard-pressed to find a sequence better at it than the Council of Elrond. But even beyond the Fellowship assembling, it's Boromir's anxious warning that steals the spotlight.
One does not simply walk into Mordor.
It's a frightening sermon that genuinely tees up the rest of the series. And as he describes this Herculean task waiting in Mordor, a stone-cold classic is born. The veteran meme has stood the test of time as one of the most recognizable gags in internet history.
One does not simply put baby in the corner.
Whether changing the verb or the noun, it'll land in nearly any context. And despite how essential the scene is, one does not simply watch it the same again.
One does not simply break the internet.
Can you think of a scene that was actually made better by its memes? Let us know in the comments. Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.